Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing good. We're gonna play some Vynnset today. Took a little bit of a break from the deck. Just playing some other crap. Well, it's not crap, but so now we're here with this list. It's slightly different than last time, so we'll see how much farther we can kind of push this idea of kind of like a aggro value deck. I have been up since 4 a.m., so it could get a little decisions could get a little rough here, but I think it should be totally fine. My wife is in Idaho this weekend, or this whole next week, at a botany conference, so I had to take her to the airport this morning. So we've been up super early, and that's fine. So we got time to stream some games today. Thanks for joining me. So here's Vynnset, kind of the standard equipment I've been using. The mild changes we've made is, for some reason, we weren't at 9 copies of Mauves. Now we are. We're only at 8 copies of Envelop. We added some Sync Belows just for some extra value there. Sideboard is unchanged, really. These are just kind of extra cards I have. Carapace is pretty good. So if we run into any sort of fatigue, we can get some stuff going there. Yeah, Swarming could be in the list. It's hard to know. Also, thanks for being here, Nate. It's hard to know what I would really want to cut for it yet. The Beseech is kind of a flex spot there for sure. But yeah, Gloomveil we could add in just to make turns bigger and that sort of thing. So we're going to give this list a try-z today and see how it goes from there. Transition. Look at that. Public. So we'll see how it goes. Whatever it was, the most recent battle hardened, I believe, no Vynnsets, but it's basically on release weekend, so can be pretty challenging to like get the cards or break the hero. There is quite a bit to explore. I think this might be kind of my final into the fray here with this type of list, and we might see what we can do with something a bit more defensive perhaps. So see what that really looks like. Yeah. So thanks for being here. If you're here, it's great. Going to stream some games for y'all. Hell yeah. Well, this is definitely a fatigue deck. So we'll keep the Tunic, keep these things. We could maybe switch to Quill Hand. Can add in these in Oblivion. Maybe read the runes. Messes with our ratios a little bit, but I can't add any more attacks. But we'll use these things to makes it easier to cast our demon. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Great hand to start here. So that's awesome. I think we're just going to take this damage frailty. Bit of a bummer. Interesting that chose Orbitoclast. It's very interesting. Non-attack actions, huh? Well, I definitely have some of those to spare. We can block here. Would be totally fine. They do get a silver though. Pretty good hit. Well, obviously we're gonna banish widespread. Little tougher here since we can't whatchamacallit? Play grasp, boom, play that. But that's okay. We're playing a bit of a slower game, so we can easily come in with incantation. That's going to set us up. And we can play Nebula Blade here. Frailty means it's going to come in for 3, but it's kind of one of the... I've always liked that play. Pitch a blue, play a non-attack, turns on Nebula Blade. So that's pretty good for us. Defense reaction. Yep. Which is great. They want to waste a defense reaction on something like that. Orbitoclast, totally cool. We love it. We totally love it. Now, Eradicate is terrible. Card and Arsenal, none floating. Can't really fully block it out, so we're just going to hit sync on it. And just hope we don't lose 3 cards off the top. Now, do we want to sync any of these cards? Because we can beseech Mauve into widespread and pitch envelop, Arsenal the next envelop. Which seems fine. That's a pretty big turn for them to deal with. Love it. Right. I have to banish one of these cards. Well, beseech it is. Unfortunate there. But that's okay. So we go Mauve into widespread. Forgot we had to banish. Challenging. I'll tell you what, it is nice having Nebula Blade, having that be a viable option again. Definitely my favorite weapon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this tattooed on me pretty soon here. What is this? Aggro Arachne. Taking all this damage. Double defense reactions. Love it. So you won't be able to block my Nebula Blade as easy, I guess. Card and armor. That's fine. There we go. Nate, I'm not sure what you mean. You find a new guy? What new guy? What are you talking about? Or what was I talking about that's making you talk about that? Bricked. Bricked this hand. It's bricked. Sack the shifty. No dagger. So we can really just only block with one card. Because we've got to banish a card. Play a card. Nebula Blade. So we'll block here. We'll banish Revel. We'll play this. Use our tunic to sword. Oh, tattoo guy. Yeah. I think so. There's this new shop, the Gilded Gator, that has popped up. And we're just going to lose this card in Arsenal. Not doing great. And I think that is going to be their artwork looks cool. So we're going to maybe get tattooed by them at the end of the summer. They just opened up, I think, this weekend or last weekend or something. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I have another friend who just got into stick and poke tattoos, and she was going to tattoo me today. But she's taking a GIS class. So she has to finish that. The Runeblade gods are not being nice to us today. Tell you what. They are not being nice to us today. At all. Not even a little bit. Not sure what to do here. Ooh, Brick City. Yeah. Problem is too, is then if I like block two, block with two of them, do I just get blown out by a reaction here? We haven't seen any. But maybe they just pass the turn and I have to banish a card. Which one do I save? Well, block there. That's fine. Good. Banish another non-attack. Choose a card. Go there. We got 3 rune chants. Do we just pass here? I don't know. Maybe we do. Maybe we're going to get smoked by Arachne. Guess I could have blocked with 2 cards. Or my whole hand. Finally, an attack. Well, now we know they run shreds. Don't really have enough armor. Just don't really want to get smoked here, but we can definitely block 6. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shredded, black text into something else. That's just what I'm guessing with 3 cards and you don't dagger me first. Is you have like another defense reaction, a shred, and maybe like all blues or something, or all reds. Or you have double defense reactions. Just pretty awkward not having grasp, actually. I hate to give up a mauve skies, though. Yeah, I know I'm inactive. Shut up. Jeez. All right. I was still playing. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's play another game here. We know not to do that again. I hope they feel good that they got that extra win there. We would like to go first. Shout out to Good Earth Tea, sweet and sour. I think this is a great chance to run Carapace. I don't think we change this 60 at all. And we submit the deck. Let's get a Deathly Delight in there. And we can't really... Nate says people are lame. Yeah, totally. Just waiting around to hit that claim victory button. We would love to make another Rune Champ, but we don't have a blue. I think we just arsenal the Shadow Puppetry and move on with our lives. Maybe should have picked a different bit of Arcane Barrier, but that's fine. I'm rusty. I have not played this deck in a while. Been playing a lot more Icelander and Viz, my other favorite heroes. Now we only have Widespread as our resource card. But I think we do just banish it anyway. And we go beseech into this Deathly Delight. And that comes in for 10. We can maybe block with the envelop. Maybe what we can do here. Thanks everybody for showing up. If you're not a subscriber and you wanted to ask me questions or like, why can't I talk shit in the chat? It's because you got to subscribe for at least a minute. That way we don't get hit with the bots. You know what I mean? Yeah. Blammo. We'll just block there. Take some damage. We're good. You're going to pump it. They're going to pump it. Inactive. I'm just going to claim victory right now. Oh, no. Can't. That's fine. That's fine. Banish widespread. Blammo. Yes, I do. Because it's like 2 to gain 1, you know? Play that one. Nope. And then there you go. I wonder, the last time I played this deck, Talishar was not allowing you the Vynnset trigger where you couldn't block the rune chant. It still is allowing you to block the rune chant, so see if that's the case, because they should be at 39. Perfect. But then it consumes their resource. I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because if they were at 40, they took 1, they blocked 1. I should be at 2 resources off this round is on me. Right? Am I wrong? Am I not good at math? Maybe I'm not good at math. It's too bad we haven't seen an incantation here. Widespread is going to be hard to get off. Widespread destruction if we don't have an incantation helping us out. They must have Channel Mount Heroic in hand. This Deathly Whale also. Will be hard to cast. Out of there, we can't have too many 3 costs. They took... Oh, right. I'll pitch 0. Forgot I only have AB2 instead of AB1. What did they get? They got the Crackle. Lightning embodiment into Crackle. Take that. So we can go Shadow Puppetry into Ruin and use the Envelop to pitch into Grasp. But then we don't get a Save a Go Again card. We also alternatively can hold on to our whole hand, play Envelop, makes the second rune chant, and use these 2, 3 resources to the swing Nebula Blade. Thinking. Jeez, what is with people? Can a guy not think here? Christ. I think that's a better line. Let's see. They can spend the AB. They can try to AB the rune chant Vynnset is making unpreventable. That's why they spend 1, but still took the damage. Gotcha. Interesting. Well, pretty good value off a Skullcap right here. Hit the Force of Nature on top. They can't Thorn me, which is weird. Or which is fine. Okay, so we go there. We go Shadow Pup. We don't need to pay the life. Envelop. Nope. Don't need to pay that either. Then go here. Pass. It's crazy you can spend the resources and it not do anything. What a bummer. So, nicely damaged turn here. Wonder if there's is there something happening this weekend? Is there battle hardened? Is that why people are all juiced on Talishar this morning? Maybe it's my, since I've been up at 4, slow, sleepy nature I have today. Coming in for 8. Go again. Pretty good. That's 10 damage. 14 damage turn. Not bad. Do I want to banish this? No. No, who cares? Because we know we'll have an envelop. So that means we can play a 2-cost Rune Gate card. And if Nebula Blade hits, then we can play Widespread Destruction, which would be great because we don't have an arsenal. And we maybe have to survive Channel Mount Heroic here. But we got hella armor. Ha! Your pulse has been banished. Sucker! Crazy. Talishar, you're doing me dirty today. You're doing me so dirty. Well, we're going to have to use a sink below and then try to fix our hand by getting rid of the other sink below. Because Papa needs some resources here. Briar, 5-card hand. Tome of Harvest. I think easily one of my favorite cards from Tales of Aria. I just think it's so cool that you get to draw 3 cards. That's like so fun. Okay. Nice little Bramble Spark. CMH revealed. Perfect. Nimblism. Wonderful. This is a big attack. They just must not have a blue earth card. Or else I think you just slap down Channel Mount Heroic. So 14 damage to me. Yeesh. Well, here we go. We're in pass. We're going to sink. Nice. Make sure you get the tunic resource. 2 cards in hand, though. It's freaking me out. That to the bottom. Not a yellow. Or a blue. Either one would have been fine. Little block there. Well, at least widespread destruction is going to be super, super annoying. Because I am going to now take your arsenal, right? Yep. Because you can't stop this. And so now your CMH that's in your arsenal is done for. So that's very fortunate for us to kind of stay in this game here. And you don't have Crown of Dominion. Providence? Providence. To cycle that card on through. Super fortunate. Also really nice we have Phantom Wraith ready to go. So we just get any blue and any card, and we'll be able to play that out for another 8 damage. And so we can block with 2 cards. So, and we still have plenty of armor. Which is great. It's too late. You've taken the damage. Goodbye, Arsenal. I passed my turn. Huge. That was huge. What a moment. Ooh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. They got a blue. Do we even care? I don't think we really care about this 3 damage because our turn. Widespread Ruin. Banish that. Play Envelop. Play Incantation. Play Widespread Ruin. And we can do that off of the destruction. Nice. Battle Hardened Chicago. These people. These people really wanting my turn to happen very quickly. Streaming, bro. Get off me. It's not really a creeper's turn. We don't really have the resources for that. Nah, we don't need to pay the life for that. We do want to play that out, though, so it enables our next turns. Yeah. Play that one. Why not? Why not? Now, this doesn't kill them, and they could just take all of this damage, since it's not damage they need to interact with. But they will be at 4. And now they're at 5 because they blocked with Grasp. Force of Nature fused with Tome of Harvest. making a rune chant. Swarming. We're going to take the rune chant. What do I do here, chat? Block with incantation. Block with grasp. Take Rosetta, go to 3. Now it's really going to blow if this is another attack they have in hand. But they won't draw a card unless it gets pumped somehow. So unless they have another swarm, Snatch here would also be pretty terrible. Yeah, exactly. Not great. Not great. So we can give up creepers. We'll have 2 rune chants to play Phantom, so that's 8 damage, which they will then have to block. It's probably the way to go. Then we'll be able to arsenal the Mauve. Yeah. And then we still have to take Rosetta here, which is a bummer. Yeah, Gloomveil is good. We will block 0 of this. Take that last 2. Turn off your skull cap if you had one. Banish that. Incantation. Then we can just play this bad boy. So not bad. This is not bad. He definitely has to block a non-zero amount of this. Sorry to ginger you. Ginger you technique. Nikki. They. Nice. That's 1 card gone. Now this is also lethal. I will need 1 other card from you. Defense reaction, huh? Sigil of Suffering. Yeah, let's take 1. We're fine with that. Stay 2 Sigil of Sufferings. Yeah, we'll go to 1. 3 Sigil of Sufferings. Cool. Not the best. Yeah, but what can you do now with 1 card? Play Scar. I think probably saving the shadow puppetry is the better way to go there, right? Because it'll pump an attack, because a lot of them come in for 6. But maybe not. Mauve Skies is quite a bit more threatening to Arsenal. But if I had Ursa, I don't think I could have played it out. And then I would have taken one extra blood debt. But maybe you're also right. Just to have the extra go again. But if you don't have the go again, you have to banish another blood debt card for it to get go again. So we got to have a double blood debt hand. We can just save this one in Arsenal, right? So we can play this red one, which that's pretty fun. Into this bad boy. Dot your I's. It's hard for me to read non-real names. Oh, Sigil of Suffering. Oh, sink below. Thank God. Phew. That would have been awful. Then they'll have a 2-card hand. Because they'll have to block Nebula Blade for 1. Or they'll have to block Nebula Blade with 1 card. So they'll have 2 cards in hand. But maybe we'll get a rune chant to be able to, do things on my turn. Still pretty threatening, though. They could have 2 blocks in hand. Then they would still go to 1, but that would be okay, I suppose. But pretty hard to turn on Rosetta Thorn with only 2 cards in hand. This is good for me. This is even better for me. I'm fine. We're fine. They probably have a 0 for 4 here. A Sonata, huh? Brick. We love that. We love that, chat. This is a tough decision. They're going to get mad at me, so I'm going to have to send them that message because they'll hit me with the hello. Let's see here. So Deathly Delight forces, if they take any damage, I gain a life. But if I banish Widespread Ruin, and then play Envelop in Darkness, that comes in for 7, so that's a nice break point. And then I can play the Deathly Delight over Nebula Blade, potentially. We'll see how it lines out. I think Widespread Ruin is the way to go. Just because we'll get a little bit of a break point here. No, I'm definitely not paying 1 life. There we go. We are on a razor's edge here, people. One thing could go wrong and this game's over. The other side of the coin here is if we arsenal Deathly Delight, we can kind of guarantee that if our hand has no attacks in it for some stupid reason, we'll be okay. We've played 2 Shadow Puppetries. 1, 2. This is our 3rd Mauve Skies. So there's that. Also, if he gets another Sigil of Suffering, we're not dead. Only dead if we swing the Nebula Blade. Yikes, bunch of 2 blocks. Bunch of 2 blocks. How does he have an embodiment? That doesn't make sense to me. Did I take damage last turn from an attack? I guess I totally misremembered what had happened. So we definitely play a Deathly Delight now because it'll gain us a life, and that would be pretty huge. And it's 1 more damage they weren't banking on. Which, if that's a 3 block, they are dead. Yep. They're dead. Good game. We did it. We did it. Great work. Round of applause for everybody. I really do like this new way to look at all of the stuff rather than the scroll down. So you can see number of turns, 8 turns, damage threatened, etc. There you go. All right, shall we play another one? What do you think? Not bad. Once this deck gets going, you have a hard time really stopping it. It's pretty consistent. I don't know if these sync belows are great though. Now that I've put those in, that freaked me out. But what are the odds that you get 2 of the 3 of them in the same hand? So I'm definitely enjoying the extra copies of Envelop. That has been a nice addition. Obviously, the extra Mauve Skies is the way to go too, for sure there. Yeah. It's just hard to fit 60 cards. It's really tight. And I mean, maybe you go more than 60. Maybe you go 63. Because maybe it is kind of nice to... It's hard to end your turn with a Rune Chant, though. But if you're against aggressive decks with Nebula Blade, they usually don't block it. So I'm just trying to think of a way to get Reduce to Rune Chant in there. It's just another way to have 2 or 3 Rune Chants going into a turn. And it's just really good. It's really good for those reasons. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. It's nice to see some folks in the chat. The homies. Appreciate it. Because the wife's gone for a whole week. So you're my imaginary friends / real friends that I have. So thanks for keeping me company this morning. I believe I'm going to, because it's Friday And we don't have work because it's summertime, baby. Carapace or not, or tunic? How long is this game gonna go? We're gonna keep the list the same. I believe I'm gonna playing one more. I'm gonna play one more. Oscar C. Carapace or tunic? Carapace or tunic? Carapace or tunic? Let's go with Carapace. Just have all the blockers. I think I'm gonna go see the new Mission Impossible, which I hear is pretty good. I hear it is very Metal Gear Solid, whatever that means. Well, we'll go Deathly Delight. Ugh. I don't like arsenaling any of these cards. Do I keep the Deathly Delight in there? Kojima. It's a very Kojima movie. That's who made Metal Gear Solid. Do I just go Incantation, Nebula Blade? You know? Or do I actually go Deathly Delight? I think I just set up here. We go Incantation, Nebula Blade. Interesting that they have no Arcane Barrier, but they brought their Grasps of Darkness. Oh no, Spoiled Skull. I thought this was a Flesh Hat. I guess it's not. I think Spoiled Skull is probably pretty good too. I love it that Hooves of the Shadow Beast is here hanging out. Love that. What a great day. We have a rune chant to start our turn. And we are rewarded for our decision to keep Deathly Delight back there. Because now we has a good turn. Well, we could get like Blood Rushed off of the face of the earth or who knows what now. Let's see what happens. Levi is getting very scary. Well, that's interesting that we had to get rid of Swing Big there. They don't have enough cards in Banish. Did they choose Go again? Yeah, they did. Or, excuse me, enough cards in Discard. Pardonnez-moi. That's French. Now, should I just hit them with this send message hello like everybody else has been doing to me this morning? Goodness graciousness. Record Romper's a big card. 7, Go again. Okay, so I do have to banish one of these cards. And I would like to save one of these Go again cards. I'm just going to take 7. It's just damage. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Swing Big. That's why. 2 Swing Bigs. Boy, that's pretty good. Now we could block this out. With some armor and maybe the Shadow Puppetry. Get the Quicken token. Or the Moth Skies. But I think Shadow Puppetry is maybe better. Banish the Beseech. But we still just haven't played a non-attack, so it doesn't matter. We'll just block there, take 2 damage. We're okay. We're going to gain some life back. Because we need to banish that is why. Let's go there. Into that bad boy. And then we can Nebula Blade. Arsenal the Shadow Puppetry. And we'll gain a life back, which is just wonderful. I love that about this. Gaining that, like, 3 life over the course of the game, playing 3 Deathly Delights or 4, because we're running 6, is, like, way more substantial than it kind of seems like when you first play it. And it's got some of the dopest art. Whew. Sucking the life right out of you. All right. Nice. It's a good call there, I suppose. People like blocking Nebula Blade. Welp. We're going to block with one of these cards. And then use the other card to play this incantation. Or we're not. So to make 1 rune chant, it cost us 4 resources. Or we can use... there we go. Then we'll just swing Nebula Blade at you. Not a bad setup turn, but not really what we want to see. So they still have Husk. They've got a very big turn now. And we have an okay turn. We just have to save 2 cards. And the other 2 cards we have access to here only block for 2. So not something we can really pivot off of. But we'll see. We do have a 8 life lead here, so we can kind of bank some of that. And they've blocked with hooves. +4. Let me guess. They hit it. Into tribute for 12. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. Does this do anything? Nice. That's sick. That's a lot of damage. That's so cool. What are we doing? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 damage on our turn. Set up another incantation. Block for 2. Why not? Let's take 10. I'm crazy. Are you crazy? to. I could arsenal this incantation, but then I will only have 3 rune chance. That's fine. Or 2 rune chance. So it kind of guarantees, I guess, if I play it, that I will have a way to play any 3-costed rune chant generator or rune gate card. So might as well play it. Why are we playing it after this? Who knows? Who knows? You think they're going to husk this or what? Now they're in risk of not being able to turn off Blood Debt since they've pitched 2 cards. How do they turn off Blood Debt with just 2 cards? I guess you have to have one of those like banished from your graveyard. Cards, whatever those are. Can't banish from hand. Could have another Mark of the Beast. Something like that. But you're going to have to take a lot of damage here. Do you think they're thinking about the Shadow Puppetry trigger? It's like the thing we care about the least. In Chain, we really cared about it because you could get something pretty valuable in there, but you really don't want to, or a lot of times it doesn't matter. Interesting. I think I do want to banish this though. It's a just in cases. We'll play this out. Here comes Nebula Blade. God, I love Nebula Blade. Look how cool it is. Just a giant Aether sword. Swinging around. Stabbing people. Husk time. Yeah, maybe they just didn't have a way to turn off Blood Debt, period. So who knows? Hell yeah. Okay, we will banish that card. Now, depending on what happens here off of this Phantom Wraith, there is a world where we can play the second one, which is pretty cool. I think we're going to save the Envelop in Arsenal here. For Ledas. Too bad we didn't hit any of our 3-costed Rune Gate cards. That would have been pretty sick right there. I still just don't know if this Vynnset deck is good enough. You know? It's like pretty good. But is it good enough? It's hard to know. Like, can we play with Lexi? I've played a few games against Lexi. You can definitely race them. And the added armor to not have to block with cards from hand is pretty good. Or armor with 1 card block is pretty good. Because you're still keeping pace with them in terms of 12 to 15 damage a turn, that type of, or 10 to 15 damage a turn type of deals like they do. So that's pretty good. And then kind of late game, that's when it gets kind of skill intensive. Trying to figure that out. Here. Or are you going to take 10 damage and go to 5? You can take way more if you let this hit because it's a red mauve. Smart move. Smart move, my friend. All right. Nebula Blade it is. Come on, make me a rune chant. Make me a rune chant. It's okay. We can still hit a 3-costed rune gate next turn because we have Envelop in Darkness. We just have no way to give it go again. Do you think they can use Grasp of Darkness trigger? Yep. They totally are. Hey. Ooh, all red hand. Is this what they've been waiting for? Is to turn into Blasmafet? I suppose so, huh? Well, I don't know which one is a little bit better. Widespread Ruin maybe banishes a card off the top of their deck. And then they banish 5 cards at a time for their Blood Debt here. I don't know if that matters. Kind of like Deathly Delight. For, as everybody in Flesh and Blood likes to say, for the value. But so we don't have to use our Darkness here. Whose triggers on my turn? That was weird. Weird, it was up there. Must have been a bug. So, play Mauve. Play Deathly Delight. Another just 12 damage turn here. We're going to have to pitch both these cards to Nebula Blade. And yeah, keeping Enveloped Darkness here is really good because it makes it so we can play out that Phantom Wraith if we need to off of a 2-card hand. 2-card because we have to banish one and then 1 to pay for Envelop. I can't wait for this art to go right there. And it's a red mauve, so you really got to respect this again. So I require 2 more cards, please. I think Grasp of Darkness is kind of cool. I don't know what... Yeah, if you're not running Scabs, Grasp is pretty good. Makes it more defensive, that's for sure. Could run Goliath Gauntlet also. That'd be pretty crazy. But then it's just like another non-6er in your graveyard. So that's challenging. Are you sure you want this to hit? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Now, our whole life is different. Because now we actually can play the Envelop into this for 9 and really force them to block. Or do we just come in with Nebula Blade? Because it's lethal anyway that way. It's kind of the same thing. Well, it's not really. It's 12 damage versus 7 damage. I just don't want to brick my next turn. Yes. Because we played Deathly Delight. Did I already gain my life from that? I did. I was at 19. We can pay for it because we'll gain it back, I guess. Maybe not. We won't. We won't. What am I saying? It's all right. It's too late. We did it. And I suppose we get an Arsenal widespread ruin, so we can't really brick our turn now. In terms of not having something large to send back at them. So I need a minimum of 2 cards here. And then you die to your blood debt. Unless you can turn it off somehow. Still a fickle mistress, Levia. Not bad. Good hand of cards. If somehow they make it through this, I think we got it locked up next turn. How are you playing that? With what resources? Nice. You do have it. They had 2 cards in hand? That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess you can play a card from your banish. Right. They had 1 card playing this from banish. Let's see. Put this in banish. That's 1 rune chant. Then we can play. Then we can pitch, play it for free. I think we take 6. They will turn off their blood debt, which is cool. And then they got to banish a bunch of cards. So I think yeah, we just actually killed him with this. Because we can pay the 1 life. And they can't block it. Just trying to get too cute there. Do a creeper's turn. Good game. Thought it used to say damage threatened. Which I think is important. Anyway. I will be fielding questions or comments now. We'll transition back over to this tab. So this is the list. Feels pretty good. I like it quite a bit. I do think I have no idea what to do with this sideboard, really, to hone it. I'd have to play a lot more games to kind of hone it in. I haven't liked Vexing Quillhand ever. I just miss Grasp and being able to block or make a rune chant on demand, that sort of thing. I mean, I guess this does that too, but you kind of need it over and over. But I think I got to find space for a reduce to rune chant. Shadow of Ursa still feels really weak in the blue spot. Dread Triptych is fine. Sometimes it makes 2 runes at the end of a turn rather than Nebula Blade having to hit. So maybe in that vein, I could do this as like Spellblade Assault or something like that. Or even Spellblade Strike, really. Just having something that makes a rune chant after that. Damon Heart. It was above that little bit. Average damage threatened 7.88. Total damage 63. Nice. Thank you. I liked to know what it was like, the damage threatened per turn specifically. I was kind of liking those, just so you could kind of see maybe where you pivoted or where they pivoted on you, that sort of thing, just to kind of keep a mental log of that. I thought the average damage was 8.88, almost 9. But maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. But appreciate the help there. Anyway, so yeah, the only thing I would say is 7.88 is per turn. Okay. Take your word for it. Yeah, it's just like ironing out the sideboard. Like what cards do I really need in here? Maybe Swarming is probably a good call to put in here for making those turns go wider. I really could put it in instead of Beseech. Beseech has not been like that great, you know? And then if I do that, I probably want Rattlebones as well. But we'll have to see. I really do feel like, though, too, with the Grimoire and the Flail or the Scepter or something, plus Funeral Moon and whatever that other card is that gets you an Eloquence token. What is that card? Requiem of the Damned. Did I just accidentally put this in my deck? I did. That there's those cards are just so like kind of flexible, or not flexible, but they just can interact in such interesting ways. The fact that you get an Eloquence token and you can kind of proc it twice, being able to maybe figure out how to do that once or twice a game, what the combo is there, could be just like really powerful. And or being able to get Nazareth reliably, and then also somehow having go again, and then that being your weapon at the end of the turn could be pretty good. I think there's still a lot to explore and figure out in that way, and I think somebody's going to be able to do it. Just the consistency of it and the viability of it in the meta is like the big question right now, you know? So that's kind of how I feel about it. And that's maybe a deck. I mean, I just think I really wish we could like kind of sometimes lean more into summoning demons. Like just getting to summon a demon off of this is like so much fun. You know? Like when that happens in those like kind of long grindy games, it's just awesome. And I would love to do that more. So that might be my next project next time you guys see me on stream later next week. But yeah, if anybody has any questions or wants to talk about anything, now is your time to get that in. Would love to hear from y'all or talk to y'all before I get up out of here and maybe take my dog on a walk. Most likely take my dog on a walk. Also, who is this lady? Is this also Vynnset? Is this somebody else? Oscar, you're totally welcome. Thank you for thinking the content is great. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. Is Dread Triptych our first look at rune gating? And is this supposed to be Vynnset or is this some other rune blade cultist? I want to know who this is. They're in a lot of chains cards too. Like unhallowed rites. Has anybody ever noticed that? It'll be at the end here. See? Same headdress. Getting their face melted off. Whoever that is. You want to take a look at it again? See? Same headdress. They're in another card, but I can't remember what it is. Also kind of looks like Leviah Redeemed, huh? Okay. Also a really dope card. Love that. Love that also. Viscerai is so cool. What a cool dude Viscerai is. Okay. Well, if nobody has anything else they want to talk about or anything like that, I might just get up out of here. This is your final warning, chat. Final warning to keep me around. Keep looking at this beautiful face. Listening to my dulcet tones that you can't get enough of. Okay. That's going to be it then. Sorry, slacker cat. Sorry you just got here. I've been streaming for an hour and a half now, so we're gonna let this one lie. You can always watch it back and just pretend you're there live, you know? It's also an option. But if you got any questions, I'll answer them. That's what I'm here for. I got time for that. I definitely got to figure out a way to get reduce the rune chant in there more consistently. Just being able to make a rune chant on your opponent's turn to help fix your hand is really good. That's another reason why I like Sink Below, because it kind of can fix your hand also. Anyway, just some parting thoughts. All right. I love you all. I'll probably see you next week, early next week, Monday or Tuesday. We'll do another stream. If you tweet at me or you're in the Discord and you want to see a particular deck or something like that. If you're liking the Vynnset content, then I'll just keep that going. But if not, I'll play other stuff. Probably not Illusionist, but I'll play other things. Anyway, have a great Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. Tonight in Eureka, where I live, it's the Friday night market, which we have every Friday. And it basically just means drinking in the streets of the city and eating pupusas, which we have some excellent pupusa vendors here. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. And I'm going to wear my good underwear so I feel confident. All right. Maybe I'll see you at the night market. Have a great weekend.